Hello everyone, good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. So recapping whatever you have done in the past section, I'll just quickly recap it. So we have used uh, the lookup activity. Okay. So basically in lookup activity, we can get the column count, row count, whatever you have done, and we can, as per that, we can compare the values in the next step. So in the last section, I have mentioned like if we have some specific condition, like some file exist or not, that type how we can check. I will explain today. Okay. So basically here I'll just open the whiteboard. Okay. So suppose consider one scenario. This is our ATLS. Okay. Here one third party is putting some file. Okay. Some third party putting some file in weekly basis or daily basis. Okay. Suppose this is the file the third party is pushing in every weekly or every day. So once we'll check the file is exist or not. Okay, this file is exist or not. Then what we'll do, we'll copy the file or whatever the requirement we have. Suppose we want to copy the customer table or want to copy the same file to some particular ADLS location. Then we'll use suppose we'll just copy to our ADLS. Okay. So to overcome this scenario, what we can do, so we can use one more activity called get metadata. Okay. So we'll use get metadata. How we'll use? I will show you right now. Okay. So we have one activity called get metadata. Okay. So basically, how it will happen? Okay. So first of all, we'll understand what is metadata. Okay. So what is a metadata? Suppose consider one. Table. We have one table, customer table. We have. Okay. And we have some rows, we have some columns. So metadata is basically the data of data. Okay, so basically we have already data called customer data, and from that we want some particular data like row number, how many rows are present, how many columns are present, what is the total count of this particular table, and if the file is exist or not. All this feature we'll get from the metadata. Those are called basically metadata. Okay. So if you see here, we'll select first of all, we will do one thing. Suppose as per our condition, right? Suppose for say we have one customer tab directory inside this. The third party is putting this customer file. Okay. So what we'll do? I have created one. I haven't created. Okay. I will create one new uh, data sets. Okay. Basically, what we'll do? I will point this data set to our DLS. Point this dataset to our DLS where the file is kept. Okay. This is the file. This is the location. Okay. This is the file I'm getting. Okay. And I will create this dataset. So once you create this dataset, we'll see this field like field list. Basically, if you click on new, we'll see these all are the metadata activity we can get from this get metadata activity. So suppose we have one activity called exist. Okay. So what's the functionality of this? So basically it will go to the ADLS, it will check that file is exist or not. If the file is exist, it will throw the true status. Okay. So I will just debug it. Once I run it, right, it will take some time to run the activity. Okay, so on this is success, we'll click on this output. As you can see, we are getting exist equal to true, okay, in a dictionary format. So after this, what we need to do, w- we check the file is exist in the ADLS, then we'll do the copy activity. How we can do? So we need to use the if condition. If file is exist, then copy customer table. Basically, what we are doing. So basically, we checked the file is exist. This file is exist. Okay, this file is exist. Then after that, we need to use some condition. Otherwise, how we can copy? If the file is exist, then only we will copy the file to the ADLS. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So first of all, we have checked this. First of all, we check this. The file is exist. Then we'll use the if activity to check like the status is true or not. So here we'll come to activities, we'll come to expression, we'll select on the dynamic content. Okay, my bad. We need to connect this thing. Okay, once we connect this one, we'll get this all this thing. Like or the last modified date. The all these all are the metadata activities. Okay. We have not set the condition, but we'll get all the activities with this get metadata activity. Okay. So we'll just use this one, the output simple, the output, the get metadata activity. Okay. So here I just click on OK. Here in the output, what we got, this is the output, right? Exist equal to true. So that we need to give. Okay. Up to this, we need to traverse. Okay. In the if activity. Okay. So output dot exist. So this will return true if the file is exist. If this return false, then the file is not exist. Okay. So up to this, as our file is exist in the true activity, we need to add the copy activity. Okay. So file exist copy. Okay. Here, what we'll do in the source, I will use my generic dataset what I have created earlier. Basically, I will just give quality. Here I will give customer. Okay. Basically, if the file exists, I'm copying the customer table into our some destination. Okay. I will use the generic ADLS also. Here I will get metadata. Suppose this one. I'm just giving some random name. Okay. Get metadata. Okay. That's it. So what I have done, we are checking the get meta with the help of get metadata activity. We're checking if the file is exist or not in the ADLS. If the file is exist, then we are using if activity. Inside if activity, we are giving the condition like get metadata dot output dot exist. It will return true if the file is exist. Then we are copying the customer table into ADLS. Okay, that's what we have done. I'll just run it. Okay. So what is happening? First of all, it is checking the file is exist or not. Okay. Once this is success, it will go to if condition. Now it is checking the if condition. The condition is matching or not. Then if the condition is matching, then it will go and copy the respective output. So I will go and I will see what I've given the name so that I delete it. Okay. I'll go to my container. I'll search with my name, whatever I've given. Okay, so the directory created and the file also created. Okay, see whatever we have done, it is working fine. Like here, whatever we have done, like we have used a get metadata, we have checked the file is exist or not. Then if we have used the condition, if the file is exist, then copy. See how easy it was. Okay, so right now we have another condition called. Okay, so we have another condition like suppose we have one directory. This is a container. Okay, so we have one container. Okay, this is our container. Okay, this is our container. Inside this container, we have one more directory. Inside this directory, we have one directory. This is a directory, and we have multiple files. It's a file. I'm just the highlighter is D means directory, F means files. Okay, so we have multiple files. Okay. So how to handle this kind of scenarios? Okay, so like how we can select them some particular file, then only we'll copy this thing. Okay, so how we can do by using get metadata activity only we can do it. Okay, so first of all, what we can do, I will just remove it. Okay. Here, whatever we have created this data set, right? I'll just open it. Okay, so we have as of now we have traversed to the particular customer file. Okay, so instead of that, what we'll do, I'll just go some directory. Those have, yeah. So we can, you can just do follow the same thing, like you can go to create the container. Inside the container, create one directory. Inside the directory, create one more directory and add some files. Okay, so basically that's what I have done. Okay, so inside this directory I have one directory and I have some files. So I will change the data set here. Up to this only I will select. Up to this I will select. Up to test directory I will select. So inside the test directory I have another directory and I have some files. Okay, so see, I have not given this one. Okay, so right now what will happen? Okay, so here we can see some changes here. Okay, so first of all, previously we were not getting this part. We were getting some different outputs. We have different output, the number of rows, number of columns, all these things we are getting. But now we are getting this item like child item, exist item type, item name, and last modified item. Okay. So from this we will use child item. One more parameter we will use item name. Okay. Basically, so if the file type is file, then we'll copy the file. If the file type is directory, then we'll skip it. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. Okay, so I'm just added the child item and I have just added the item name. Okay, then I will just debug it. So basically what will happen, it will just run, it will check how many directories and how many uh, files are there inside that particular directory. Okay, running. Okay, so it's run successfully. So inside this, what we got, inside this what we got, this child item name is equal to test. Okay, so that is fine. Inside this child item we have got some, this is one kind of array. Okay, inside this we got this file name, this assignment dot, these all are the assignment file type file. Okay, this is a directory. Okay, inside this array we got all these things like all the file name, it is a file type. Okay, this is, these all are files and this is the folder. That's how we got in an array. Okay, so what we'll do now, do we want to copy the files only? Okay, we just want to skip the folder. So what we can do, here we'll use while loop. for loop, for each loop basically. Okay, so for each it will take the arrays as a input and it will iterate through each arrays, each array item. Okay, so we will use one for each condition. So inside here, let's click sequence here. I will add on dynamic content. Okay, first of all, I will do one thing. Whatever output I've got, right, I will store somewhere. Okay, I will add get metadata activity. Okay, here what we'll do. So up to this we got, right, this child item. Okay, so basically I'm just checking like how we can do the activity here. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so once we got it, here we will do child items. Okay, nothing guys, just I got bit confused. So basically here, once we got this activity, right, once we added this activity, we need to traverse from here to this child item, this array. Okay, so that's how it will take the array item in this particular for each item, correct? Okay, so we'll just click on OK. So inside this, what we'll do, so it as of now we have an array of item, then we'll use the condition. Okay, for each item. Okay, here what we'll do. Okay, see, as we have already given this item name, right? We have given the array item. That's how we are getting this item list. Okay, so as of now, in the if condition, we have the item list. Okay, so in the item list, we'll do one thing. In the item list, we'll add. First of all, we are checking. Okay, if the our condition is like if the file type is file, then only we'll want to copy the files. So if this item name is file, then only we'll copy. If the item is kind of folder, then we'll skip it. So I am trying to write the condition for that. Okay, so I'll go to the function. We'll use one activity called, sorry, one function called equals. Okay, inside this equal, I will use this for activity. Okay, so equals item take two parameters. Okay, first of all, it will take the item. Okay, item dot type. Okay, because see, first of all, we need to check the type also. If the type is file, then only we'll copy this. Okay, so I what will do, item dot type. Okay, I will mention file. Okay, then I will click on OK. So what I have done here, first of all, I got the result from the for each iteration, like for each condition output in a list. Okay, in that particular list, I am checking item.type. What is the type of the particular item? If that item type is file, then only I will go to inside the if condition. If this comes true, if this is coming true, then we will copy copy the data. So what will copy? So what will copy? So we will copy the file type only. Copy files only. Okay. So in the source, what we can do? So the source should be mapped up to this one. Okay. So for that, to map this one, I will create one more new data set. Sorry, one more new data sets. Database. Up to this only. Okay. Up to this only I am mapping. Then I will do one more thing. I will create parameter for this one. Okay. I'll open it. I'll create one parameter called uh, file name. Okay. I will make this file name into here. So I have mapped this one. File name support. Here there is one catch again, guys. Okay. So here we need to go to dynamic content here and create. Okay. So in the if condition we are using copy activity, right? Here we need to use basically we got this list of items. In the copy also we need the list of items. Okay. So here what we need to do, list of item. Okay. List of item dot name. Why I'm using this list of item dot name? So as of now we got this one list of item inside this if condition, right? Now we need to check list of item equal to name. Like we are checking each name with the file type. Okay, name with file type. That's why I get this condition. Okay, I'll just click on okay. In the sync also I will select generic ATLS. I'll just use get metadata one. So that's it, guys. Okay, so what I have done here, this is bit confusing for me also. Okay, first of all we are checking metadata like the file type, like how many, what is the file and how many folders and how many files are there. If the files are there, inside here we are checking two items, two field lists like child item and item name. Okay, so when this is success, we are coming to for each activity. We are storing in this one all this child item. Okay, all this child item here, all this child item inside an array. Okay, once this is done, we are checking the condition like if the item type is file, then only we'll copy. Okay, so that's why I have used one more function called equals. I'm checking item type equal to files, then only I am going inside the copy activity. Inside the copy also, we have to use one source that should be mapped up to this one, up to this, the source should be mapped. Okay, inside here, what we'll do? So we need to use this list of item. Okay, inside this list of item, I am comparing the name. Okay, so that's it, guys. I will just run it. Okay, so I have given the sequential. It will happen one by one, all the activities. First of all, it is checking if the file is exist or not. Then it is going to for each activity. This condition somewhat will fail because I have Parquet file, I have some JSON file, and I have some CSV file. For Parquet and JSON, it will fail because the dataset what we have created, that is for CSV. Okay, so that's why it's some as you can see, yeah, processing CSV only. That's why it is failing. Okay, we have some success also because these things are different conditional file type. Okay, this is the I have only one CSV file. That's why it got passed. Okay, this CSV format text. I don't have this CSV format text. That's why it is keep on failing. Okay, I have some success condition also. That's why it is passing the like I don't know. Maybe I have two or three CSV file or rest all the different file type. That's why it is keep on failing. Okay, just ignore this one. Okay, so whatever CSV file type I have, it got copied to my location. I'll just go. I'm just checking guys what is my container I've used. Container I've used. Okay. So as you can see, the file type, it is the whatever. Okay, it got okay. Okay, it just created one single file. Okay, it just created one single file because it combined all the records details. Whatever we have the record, it will just combine stored inside this one. Okay, so that's how we have designed get metadata activity. So this get metadata activity is bit tough for some people. For me also it was tough. Okay. Basically in get metadata we are just checking the file type, file exist or not, all these things, and then if the file exists, we are copying the as per our condition. Okay. Okay, so that's what for get metadata activity. And one more thing I can cover, like key vault. Okay, Azure Key Vault. What you can do that. Suppose so we want to create one link service. Okay. So I want to create a link service for SQL, Azure SQL database. Okay. Here, previously what we used to do, suppose while creating this link service, we are using directly our from this select all server name. I will select this my server and I will select this database, my database. SQL authentication we are using here. We are using our username, right? Username and password we are using password. I will just use the test connection. If the connection is successful, we will just create the link service. So, but in the real world, it is not appropriate to share the password inside here in the link service. Okay. So for that again, we have some approach like as you can see, we have some parameter, right? So whatever we have done in the previous while creating the data set, the same way we can create the parameter for this password also. So here I will just create one password. Okay. Similarly, we can create parameter for username also. Okay, maybe I will create one parameter for username also. Okay. Then here I'll just remove this password and instead of that I will add dynamic content. Okay, and for username also I will do the same thing. I'll just remove it and I will just add username. Okay, okay, that's it, guys. Okay, so what I have done, like I have just created two parameter called username and password, and inside here, while creating this parameter in the link service, okay, I have just added the parameter instead of hard coding. Okay, so I will create it. So what will happen now? So the moment we have created this one, right? And I will go to here. Maybe it will take some time. Okay, so we have created this one. Okay, now we'll go to here. I'll just one more pipeline, one more pipeline. Okay, copy activity inside here. Creating, I will create one data set. Here inside the data set, I will select this one. Okay, okay, I will select this one and I will click on OK. Okay, so this is the data set we have created right now using the parameter what I have set for this one. Okay, so inside here we need to give the username and I've given thus I just need to change this swap it username password. The field is not looking appropriate. Okay, suppose username. Okay, password I have used. So what is the use of this one? Suppose for say in our company we have multiple people are walking around and multiple people are creating dataset for the particular need. Okay, so with previously we can hard code all these things, but that is not one appropriate way. So what you can do, we can create the parameter and we can give this thing also to our respective people. They can use their respective password or username. Okay, and then we can just click on this testing connection. Okay, maybe I'm just using maybe my wrong password. Okay, I don't know. Okay, but you should be able to log into this particular uh, database using your credential. Okay, so that approach also it is not good. Okay, creating parameterization it is not at all a good solution. Okay, so what you can do, suppose we have one specific condition. Okay, there is a okay, so we have one in the company. We have one admin team like the admin is creating managing all these passwords. Okay, all this admin is managing all these passwords and our new people got joined to this particular company. Okay, this is the company. Okay, some new people joined to this particular company and we have one Azure account. We have one Azure account and for this Azure account this admin team also need and these people who joined recently they also need this uh, Azure access. Okay, so what you can do, so while creating this parameterization also it is not a good appropriate thing to share with this parameterization. Maybe someone can mess with these parameters and passwords and all. So what you can do, admin can create one key vault. Okay, they can key vault he can create. So after creating this key vault, what we'll do, let me go to this one. Okay, here in this key vault basically we have three kind of thing. I will just create one new key vault. Okay, I'll just use my resource group. Okay. Yeah. I'll just select. I'll just create it. I'm just basically creating one keyword, guys. Okay, so to create the keyword, what you can do, you just go to this Azure console, okay, and search for keyword. So the deployment is in progress. Once the deployment is ready, so basically in the keyword we have three parameters. First parameter is like secrets, then certificates, and one more thing is credential. Okay, so I'll go to the resource. Okay, okay, keys. So my bad, keys. Okay, so in this keyword we will store these three things. Okay, secrets, certificates, keys. So secrets, certificates, and keys. All these three things we need to store in the keyword. Apart except secrets, we don't need to consider all these things. Certificates and keys is the headache of the admin team. Okay, admin team. We'll just take the consideration for secrets. Okay, so what you can do, we'll go to keys. We'll go to secrets. We'll just generate one secret. Here, what you can do, here I will just give secret value. I'll just keep my password. So what I have done, I have just created one secrets here, and I have just given my all these details. Okay, whatever my password, all that there, I just created as a secret. Okay, so right now, what you can do, we'll just go to this. Okay, so I've just done nothing. I've just opened my link service. Okay, instead of this, I will just delete this thing, this parameterization. I'll delete this one also, this one also. Okay, right now I will use Azure Keyboard. Okay, this is basically we will create one new link service using Azure Keyboard. Okay, so I don't have any particular keyboard link service as of now. Okay, so what we'll do, I will just use Azure Keyboard one. Azure subscription, select all, Azure Keyboard name. Okay, so whatever I have created this secret state, it will show here. Okay, it's for keyboard authentication. Okay, authentication method will use the system defined. Okay, then I will use test connection. So the connection is success. Okay, we'll create it. So once this is done, right? Once this is done, just come to here, just refresh it. Okay, so what you need to do? So we have not provided this access to our ADF, correct? So for that, what you can do? Come to this keyboard, come to this access policy, click on create. Okay, here give all secret permission, then go to next. Okay, here search for the data factory as the ADF new. Okay, because we need to provide this access to this particular new. Okay, this data factory, this keyword don't have access to this data factory. Okay, that's why it was not working, it is failing. Okay, operation return invalid forbidden. Okay, we don't have access, this ADF don't have access to this particular keyword. Okay, that's what I am doing right now. Okay, I am adding this data factory in my key vault. I'm giving my permission. Okay, I've given it. Okay, okay. Now what I have done, I have created one secrets. I came to access policy. I have create one new access policy, like for adding this IDA, my data factory, I'm given all the secret policy. That's what I have done it. Okay. Now if I'll go to here, then I'll duplicate. Okay, the error is gone. Now we can access our key vault. Okay, whatever I created the keys, we can access these keys. Okay, now I will select this test connection. So that it is happening. Working. Is working. Then it would fail. Maybe I will create a non link service. Okay, here, here, down, use, here, here. Oh, 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 okay. So basically, we need to give this Azure Keyboard also. Keyboard, okay, secret, we'll use my secret version in the first. Okay, why? Let me see. Maybe I will just see how to resolve this issue, guys. Okay. As of now, I also no idea why it is coming like this. Could be the error code. I need to see and I will resolve in the next section. Okay. So basically, one we can create this key vault and we can access from our Azure Keyboard. Okay. So that's what we can do as of now. Okay. So we have studied today section like get metadata activity. Then we have studied the Azure Keyboard, how we can parameterize this link service and how we can access from keyboard by keeping all the secrets in the keyboard. Okay, so that's it, guys. And please write in the comment section whatever you have doubt. Okay, I will try to resolve my own. Okay, so that's it from me. I hope you liked it, and we'll meet in the next video. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.